Mm, mm. What's wrong with my green? All right, so this video is tricks to increasing your credit score. Why is it so dark? So, okay, let's see. This video is based on certain tricks to increasing your credit score. Let me see here. So dark. Okay, so number one, a lot of people go to the store, they shop. It could be a store, it could be online, it could be well, I don't think you can do it online, but I know when you go to the stores, right, you use your debit card. Now, most people use their debit not knowing that you have an option to use credit or debit. It's actually better to use credit because what happens is this. When you use credit or a debit card, they have to report that transaction. And every time they report that transaction, it actually increases your score. So you have to say to yourself, as many times you go to the store. Now, most people go to the store 5, 10 times a week, and you got to realize every time you go and you use credit, guess what happens? You're increasing your score. Now, a lot of people are going to say, well, there's a fee when I use credit or debit. Sometimes it depends on the card. Most cards charge you a fee every time you use debit. Some don't. But you want to utilize your card where you can actually make your shopping worthwhile. Every time you shop, every time you make a payment, or whatever you do with your debit card, guess what? It's working for you. Now, second one is that when a lot of people pay their bill, and they say, okay, my credit card bill is due. And your credit card bill might be, let's say, $40, $50, maybe $60. And you go ahead and pay your whole bill by the due date. A lot of people pay by due date, which is the wrong way to pay your bill. Because especially if you're trying to increase your points, especially if you're trying to lower your interest, what you want to do is this. I'm going to tell you the trick to this. You can actually triple your points every time you pay a bill, a credit card bill. Example, if you break your payments in half, let's say it's 60, and you say, okay, I'm gonna pay 30 one day, 30 another. Now, each transaction is paid on your credit card, you receive points. I don't care if it's a $10 transaction, $20 transaction, $30 transaction, you are receiving points. Now, by splitting that in half, you're lowering your interest, you're getting more points. And what's going to happen is you're being watched by other banks because you've made multiple payments. See, so by breaking it in half, you're actually doing a lot of different things. Now, this is what you don't want to do. Let's say you have a credit card or debit card or an Experian. The worst thing you could do is, take your card off of Experian, because what happens is that lowers your score. So the best thing to do is to keep it on Experian. Now, another thing too is if you have a credit card and you say, well, I'm not using this card, I'm gonna send it back. Do not send your card back, because that will make your score drop between 20 to 50 points. This is the worst thing you could ever do. Do not, I was just talking to a person the other day. They said, hey, I just sent my cards back. I said, no, never do that, because what happens is your score, even if the card is in good condition and you're paying the card, but you feel as though I don't want it, it's actually better for the creditor, right? To say, okay, well, this person's only using a card, so and then your card stays dormant, which means it just stays on your file. So you do not want to return a card. That's the worst thing you can do. A lot of mistakes that people make is every time they see a card, they want to apply for it. Apply. Stop applying for cards. Let the banks chase you. Because when they chase you, guess what's going to happen? You're going to get different offers. You're going to get credit card offers. You're going to get loan offers. That's what you want to do. Now, a lot of people say, well, you know what? It's hard for me to get a loan offer. It's hard for me to get a credit card offer. The reason why you're getting that, the reason why you're not getting these offers, because these are the steps you have to take to get offers. Number one, I've sent multiple people the master list. On the master list, you have self-lender, you have secure cards, you have different apps like Grow Credit. If you have these apps and you're and you're doing everything you're supposed to do, especially with a secure card, you're paying your bill every month, you're leaving it under 30%. Banks look at that, and whoever you're with, they'll look at that. So within 6 months, they can give you a regular card. So this is what a lot of people don't understand. Now, if you haven't got a regular card and you've had your secure card for 6 months, you can actually write to the company and say, hey, I've been with you guys for 6 months. My bills have been on time. And guess what? They'll look into that and they will issue you they can issue you a regular card. So that's very important to follow those steps. I remember when I had Open Sky, and next thing you know, it was like 6-7 months, right? They sent me a card. They sent me a card. Hold on one second. They sent me a card, and it was a $5,000 limit. So it depends on how you're using the card, and it depends on how long you've had it. So that's good. But listen, it doesn't just have to be Open Sky. It could be any bank, any secure card company does this. So that's a great thing to know. Another thing too. Hold on 1 second. Let me see here. Okay, so I had a customer ask me about mortgage trade lines. We used to do them. We don't do them no more. But with a mortgage trade line, you can add it. You can add that type of trade line to your mortgage, and what happens is, or you can get it separate. You can just have a mortgage trade line. It shows on your report as a mortgage. Now, these trade lines are really good because what happens is it increases your score a lot more than when you get a regular trade line. So it all varies, it all varies. Some people want the regular trade lines. Some people want the mortgage trade lines. Some people just want multiple secure cards to get their score, up faster and have that repeat, score every month. See points rapidly. Now, a lot of times, Experian does not report all the alerts, and if they do, they take 20 to 28 days. Sometimes you don't have 20 to 28 days. You want to see your success. You want to see your improvement. The best thing I could offer you is this. The best thing to do is to get Experian and also have Credit Karma, because Credit Karma sometimes will go ahead and post it earlier than Experian. So that's enough, because I have people that call me and say, hey, I don't see no change. I don't see a change. But then when they look on their Credit Karma, they see the points going up rapidly. So that's the problem with monitoring your credit. Everybody reports different days, different ways. So, and so now, um, if you have a business and you're trying to increase your credit score, you say, okay, well, I got to get my business up. Now, number one, you want to get vendors for your business. You want to make sure your business is ordering different things. I mean, you don't have to order a lot, big order, but order something small every month, once a month. Now, what that does is increase your business credit score. A lot of people say, oh, well, I need a trade line for. No, this is what most banks, most institutions look for. They look for those business orders because those business orders, what happens is they are recorded to the Better Business Bureau. So what happens is this is how your score increases. So by you doing this, it increases every month. Get a little item there, get about a good 3 or 4 vendors. There's Quill, there's Uline, there's other ones, you know what I'm saying? If you want that list, text me 610-470-8992. I'll be more than happy to send you the list. Now, with these, what happens is what you're doing, you're improving your business credit score. You know, and what happens is it builds. Now, a lot of people are confused when it comes to business credit because with business credit, you go to anywhere you want to apply for some additional credit for your business, but your personal credit is your cosigner for your business credit until your business credit reaches a certain age, put it that way. So it's a lot to take in when it comes to business credit, comes to your personal credit. Now with business credit, let's say you wanted a car and your credit is okay, but it's a little shaky, or it's right where you want it, but it's not as high as you want it. You can actually use your LLC because with an LLC, you can get a discount on a car. I've done it, So, and what happens is your score with the LLC and your score goes up somehow. So somehow they make it where your score is higher. So then you get a better deal on a car. You should check with your state to see what an LLC can actually give you. I mean, anything you purchase with an LLC could give you I'm trying to think a discount. So that's another thing. Let me see here. So let's talk about nonprofit certificates. Let's see. A lot of people say, okay, well, with my credit, I should have a nonprofit certificate. It's not going to do anything for your credit, but for your business, it's going to show more value. With the nonprofit certificate is also going to help you get more financing. So if you're looking for financing, you can add a nonprofit to your business or have it separate, right, as a separate entity. It can get you more funding, if you're looking for your business, because so many people have a problem getting funding for their business. And it's not because the credit's bad or the credit's low or the credit's not there. It's because you don't have the right tools. You want to have all the tools. So if something comes up and say, oh, you know what, I can do this, this, and this. Now they have a loan program where if you have a business bank account for at least a year, 6 months to a year, then you can get funding that way. So there's so many different avenues you can get funding for your business. Stop applying for things. This is where the problem comes in with hard inquiries and your credit going bad. Because what happens is it's not you, it's not the collections. It's what happens is people are applying for things and getting denied. And and then if you have a collection and your collection is only $100, it's worth it to call the company and say, hey, I'm willing to pay it and get it off your books, but I want it removed. Most companies will remove it, if you pay the full balance. You know, I've seen most collections, and it could be $59, $100, $100 some dollars. It's better to just pay it, but ask them, say, hey, listen, I'm willing to negotiate and have this removed if I pay the whole amount. Now, some will give you a problem. Say, well, we're not removing anything. And you know what you do? You tell them, hey, well, you know what? You need this debt off your books. I'm willing to pay my portion if you're willing to have it removed. Most companies will say, you know what? You're right. Let's go ahead and take it off. So that's very important. So it's very important. And then some people just need what is it called? Some people just need settlements. Let's talk about settlements. If you have a bill, a collection, and you can call a company and say, hey, well, listen, I have a bill for $400. I would like a 70% settlement. Now they're not going to give you 70%. You really want 50%. So in order to get that 50%, you want to ask for 70 to 80%. They're going to say, no way, we're not going to give you that, but we will give you 50%. You start high, you start at a number where you know you're not going to get, because then they're going to drop it down to a number that you originally want. And that's how most settlements happen. So there's a way to do things, and there's a way. The reason why they try to hold out, because they want to see if they can get all of the money. So that's basically, sometimes it's hard to go and get settlements. But like I said, you have some companies as willing to work with you, because one thing about different businesses and different companies, they don't like debt on their books. That's one thing they don't want. They don't want to see debt on their books. Like me, I don't like to see debt on my books. If I have debt on my books, I like to get it off, and that's the key. Someone asked me about, I know we're going off subject. Someone asked me about the things that's happening on overseas, about the proxy war in Syria. I'm going to answer that question. It's sad that 1 million people had to die. I was reading a little bit about it. I haven't gone through every detail, but yeah, so something has to be done. But I'm just saying, our president should step in, if he hasn't already. So that's why I just want to answer that question for you. So back to credit. There's a lot of things out there that people say, hey, you can do this with a CPN, you can do that with a CPN. CPNs are dangerous because if it's used the incorrect way, you can go to jail. And if it's used the right way, you can go to jail. So CPNs is a fast way to get what you want, but then you have to worry about what's going to happen. You should have to look over your shoulder. My honest opinion, I would stay away from them. Because number one, it's not legal. CPN, I mean, like I said, CPN can get you out of a situation that you're in, but then you have to worry about, is it going to come back on you? Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you can use a CPN and you're fine. But then you got a lot of people to say, okay, well, I mean, I got people to call me up and say, hey, Mr. Kirby, I want to get CPN because I want a credit card. I want a loan. I'd be like, oh, wait a minute. You can't do that. You go to jail. You might not go to jail right then and there, but eventually. And see, this is where people mess up. They get a CPN, and okay, let's say somebody gets a CPN, they get a loan, and they never pay it back. That's illegal. That's criminal because it's called theft by deception. Because you already was thinking about deceiving the loan with a loan company. I tell people like this: if you're going to use a CPN, use it with a realtor, not even a realtor, a private homeowner, that's trying to rent out their property. Because what happens with them is they don't do a check with your social security number. They don't go through all the steps that somebody else said. So but it's actually better to just use your own social security number. Now, in most states, they say that you can't. What was I going to say? Okay, you can't use a CPN for a real estate company, a housing. Which you can. Like I said, and then it comes down to evictions. I tell people it's better to just get an eviction removed. Now, let's say you don't want to pay for credit repair, and you just want to remove an eviction yourself. You have to go through the courts. You have to request that eviction to be removed under special articles, or there's different laws that you can use. That if you were in a relationship and the relationship was bad, and you went through all kinds of different things, a divorce or whatever, it can be removed just for that. There's 12 laws that you can use to remove items. And sometimes a lot of people, right, they use the old 603 dispute letter. The 603 dispute letter, all it is a piece of paper. That's it. It actually holds no weight. Now, to add value to that document, you want to add a demand letter, or you can add a goodwill letter. It's better to use the demand letter, because when you use the demand letter, right, that means you're serious about the situation. That means you're not just sending disputes. So that actually removes the item faster and quicker. Also, you want to send it out certified. That also holds weight. So it depends on the item. It depends on the age of the item. It depends on the situation. Now, most companies just say, you know what, I want to remove it. I want to get it removed. You can actually contact the company and say they will remove it. It's sometimes they'll go ahead and remove it. But a lot of times you have companies that just want to be ignorant and just keep it on there. That's why I always tell people, write a letter, state that you're trying to start your life over, and you're just trying to do the right thing. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes a lot of corporations will consider removing it if you talk to them with some kind of respect. Another way to increase your score, your credit score, you have different things in the world that you pay for monthly. People pay for Netflix, people pay for a Hulu, people pay for furniture, people pay rent. These are all things that you can utilize to add value to your credit profile. Keep your score going up. That's the key. The key to credit is keeping your score moving. And if you use the master list correctly, you'll see points every single month. Every month. Every 2 weeks, you'll see it. You see points. And then, let's say, God forbid, something hit you with an old bill. Old bill just pops up. or you miss a payment on one of your credit cards. And you say, "Oh man, I forgot to pay it." You want something that's going to balance out. You want to be able to balance out your credit. Now it's gonna cost you some money, but guess what? It's gonna cost you less than paying another credit repair company $99 a month. It's time for you to take control of your credit. You know, if you truly want your credit repaired, if you truly want to see credit improvement, and you want to see your score, and you truly want to have a good score, guess what? It's up to you. You got to be willing to take the extra step. So what? You got to spend this amount of money. So what? You got to spend that amount of money. The key is moving your score. You know, so you have if you pay rent, it costs $8 a month for them to report the success of your rent. You know? So that's giving you points. Then you have self-lender, a CD that gives back to you that actually reports your payments. You know, and that's good. So if you go to get a loan, there's a track record. So that helps. Then you have a secure card. Now, most people have one secure card. Most people say, "Hey, well, the secure card really ain't doing nothing." So I tell people, you know what? Wait a little while, get some extra money, get another secure card. So then you get double or triple your points. So it's a lot of different things you can utilize out here that will actually um, add value and add points. So this is what I want you to do. If you haven't received your reports yet and you're still waiting, don't wait. If it's been past 14 days and you say, "Hey, Mr. Kirby, I still haven't received my reports," guess what? This is what I want you to do. Email me your reports. Because you know what? I'll be honest, I don't like waiting. And I know you don't like waiting. So you know what's faster? Email me reports. Or you know what? You don't even have to do that. You can call me or text me and say, "Hey, Mr. Kirby, I didn't get my reports." I will pull your file and start the next sweep. Because you know what? A lot of these credit reporting agencies are so backed up. But what's happening is once they get the requests, they automatically post them. So sometimes you have to actually do more. Me, I don't like waiting. So my thing is, if you still haven't received your reports, text me, call me. I'll pull your file tonight, do the next sweep. Because sometimes, you know what? Sometimes a lot of people don't even get copies of the reports. Now, I did hear that because of COVID-19, they are trying to not send out that many reports. They're actually posting the alerts instead of sending the reports. So if it's been past 14 days, text me, let me know, and I'll pull your file tonight so we can start the next week. Also, let me see what we got here. Okay, so also, a lot of times Equifax, they're not fast enough, or sometimes a lot of people won't get the reports. Equifax does the same thing. And then I want to talk to you about something very important. There's a thing that you can do to have them look back 6 months to see if they've missed points. Now, I've heard a lot of stories about people missing points from car dealerships to banks. Um, Somehow you're not getting all your points. I just got, excuse me, I just received something from Citibank. So I'm looking on Citibank's paperwork. Then I'm looking at Equifax and I'm looking at Experian. So my score on Citibank's database is way higher than what they have. So I'm like, what's going on here? So come to find out that your score that you see, 50% of the time, that's not your score. 50% of the time, your score is a lot higher. So that's something that is, that's another problem. It's another problem. So, so a lot of times when you go to the bank and to get a loan, what you see, what they see is different, totally different. So if your score, let's say you have like a 600, more than likely your score is around 700 because for somehow it's a different scale. Every month, you want to make sure you pay all your cards on time. If you have a lot of cards or whatever, or if you got secure cards, pay them on time. See if you can try. Now, if you have a regular credit card, a secure card, try to pay it 7 to 10 days before so you can drop the interest and you get more points. You know? Now, if you receive reports, I have a lot of people that say, I got the reports, but I didn't send them to you. Once you get those reports, you have to send them to me. Text me 610-470-8992, and I will more than happy text me so I can text you my address so you can send me those reports. Those reports are very important. Now, if you haven't received reports and it's past the 14-day period, then what happens is I can always pull your file. Like I said before, I can pull your file and start on the next sweep. Now, for some people, it takes 2 to 3 sweeps. You might need an extra sweep. It all depends on the actual creditor. Some people, sometimes you don't need all these sweeps. Sometimes what happens is, let's say you get a letter in the mail and it says, well, it was verified, it's yours. It's yours. Now, what we do, we get letters from our attorneys, which is the demand letter, the stamped, and that helps remove the item. I don't care if it's verified or not. Everything, even verified items can be removed. So don't think that because it was verified, it can't be removed. It can still be removed. It might take a little bit longer because we have to draw up legal letters and get a stamp from our lawyer, but it can be removed. Everything can be removed. It's just a certain form, a certain letter that has to be sent in order for it to be removed. So, also check your credit report because sometimes you see double accounts. Sometimes things are double. That's what we do. We check. I've seen a couple times that it was double things, and see, they have to automatically take that stuff off. Well, your biggest thing is that you want to make sure that the red flags stay off, because that's also could drop your score. Red flags are extra names, extra addresses, extra phone numbers. You want to make sure that stays off. This is how red flags is created. Every time you apply for a credit card or a loan or whatever, they add your name, your address, and then the phone number. So it accumulates. And this is how all that stuff gets on there. Now, when you go on your credit report, you can't see it because it's always in the back room in the disputed area. So when I do a 24-hour sweep, I automatically see that. I automatically see. So that's the first thing I always go after is the red flags, because that's going to drag your score down. Hard inquiries is going to drag your score down. Collections is also going to drag your score down. Excuse me. Oh, so if you were trying to get a loan, let's say times is hard right now. You say, okay, you know what? I need a loan. But your credit, you know you can't go to a regular bank. There are banks that will loan you the money. But before you go apply for a loan, there's something you have to know. You have to know that when going for a loan, they look at your income, they look at your bills. So if your bills and your income are like this together, stop right there. You want to cut your bills in half. The reason why you're going to cut your bills in half, because what happens is this. They want to see enough room where they know, okay, well, this person can pay me my money back. If your bills is the same amount as your income, they're not going to give you the loan because they want to make sure that you'll be able to pay it back. So in order for that to happen, you have to cut your bills. See? And then let's say, you want to add value to your loan. You can actually get a cosigner. Now, your cosigner doesn't have to have great credit. You could bring that cosigner in, and they can have the same amount of credit you have, but you're using that cosigner as income. There's two different type of cosigners. There's an income cosigner and there's a credit cosigner. You want an income because that income, especially, what you're going to have to do is say, hey, this person lives in my house, blah, 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 blah. And then that creates value. So then you can be approved for that loan. Now, there's places like One Main Financial. The interest is more, but they work with bad credit. Most original banks, you have to have at least a 680 credit score to actually get a loan. Um, it's not hard to get there. You know. I tell people a lot of times, use the secure cards. The secure cards is going to give you a boost. The secure cards will give you a boost. Jewelers Club is going to give you a boost. Self-lender is going to give you a boost. All these different things are tools that you use to build your credit score. Once you hit a certain score, you start seeing things come through the mail. You also start getting offers. That's what you want. Because in order to create your goal, or in order to get to where you're going, you need two things. You need, on the right side, you need tools that's going to create a better score, which is the master list. That's number one. Number two, items removed. So if you do that at the same time, balance it out. You will see so much improvement. You will see, listen, you will see what you're looking for. But if you're one of those kind of people that's going to sit back and wait, that's not it. That's a waste of time. You want to see your life take a U-turn. You want to see your score. Listen, I spoke to a woman the other day. I did a 24-hour sweep. She says, I got my results. It was 115 points. 115 points. She got those points because guess what? She did what I told her to do. You have to understand something. I've been doing this since 2013. I have put people in houses, got people in loans, put people in cars. Because these are the people that have listened, that took the extra step. Start taking extra steps. When you take that extra step, you will see a door open. You will see doors open. You'll see doors open. While you're waiting for your items to be removed, take that extra step. Get that secure card, get that self-lender, get the Jewelers Club, whatever you have to get. But by taking these extra steps, you open a door to your success. I've got tons of testimonials from people that I post, and they say, hey, the result's wonderful. But you know what? It's not about me. It's about me helping you. And that's what I'm here for. Also, I read something today in the paper. I don't know how true it is. That they stopped taking applications for the state stimulus money for back rent and mortgages. I don't know why they would do that. That said there that there was millions of dollars left in the fund. And why would they stop it? It doesn't make sense. There's 9 million people that's behind in mortgages and rent right now. What in the world are they going to do come December? So hopefully they put an extension on it. I'm sure they will. I'm sure they'll, in the next week or so, they're going to put another extension, because if they don't, it's going to be a mess. So I just wanted to let people know about that, because it's a lot of people that probably didn't see the update, because I know I have updates that come on my cell phone, and plus I read the newspaper. So, wait, hold on, what we got here? Another thing I want to, you know what? There was something somebody told me yesterday. They said on Experian, they always get something saying, hey, apply for this, apply for that. But actually not Experian, sorry. Forgive me. on different websites like Credit Karma. Do not apply for any credit card that any other website tells you to apply for. The reason why, because number one, you don't know your APR. It's just an ad. Don't do that. Now, if you're on Experian and they say, okay, well, you're eligible for this card, this card, and this card, then that's okay, because that connects to your credit. So they already know if you're going to get approved or not. But any other website, do not, for any circumstance, apply for that card, because guess what? It looks good. It sounds good. But then when you get denied, you're like, well, wait a minute. They just told me to apply for the card. So it's a trap. It's a trap. Because so many people got bad credit because they don't listen. They don't pay attention. Listen, if you know you're going to apply for a card, right? The best thing for you to do is call me, text me, and I'll tell you if you're going to be approved. Because you have to match your score with the APR. And if that APR is not in the range of your score, then you're going to get denied. And you're going to mess up your credit. Because every time you apply, your credit drops from 1 to 5 points. So if you're desperate and you're trying to get a card, you want to get a big card, that's not the way to do it. It's not. You know what I'm saying? You will mess your credit up. The more you apply and you don't know your APR, you'll get denied time after time after time. And you might think, oh, yeah, I know my credit's good enough for this. You have to know your APR. Your APR is very important. It measures your credit's financial stability. You do not want to apply for something that you're not going to get because then you'll get denied. You know, I know there's some people say, oh, well, I want a Kohl's card. I want Home Depot. I want this or that. You have to know what the APR is. On the application, the APR is right. As soon as you open it, boom, smack right there. The APR is right there. The APR might be 19%. APR might be 23%. If your credit is 5 something and the APR is at 19%, you will get denied. You will get denied. So you have to be very, very careful what you apply for. It's very important. It's very important because, like I said, they want you to apply. Just like I said, let the banks chase you. The best thing you can do for yourself is let the banks chase you, because then you're getting offers. You know, you're getting offers. Get a secure card. Start paying on the secure card every month. Make sure that's pay on the secure card. Banks are watching. Let them watch you, because the more they watch, they want to look at how you're paying your bills. And then don't go crazy. Don't get a secure card and max it out. That's the wrong thing to do. You want to stay under 30%, because then guess what? They're going to say, okay, well, this person really don't need this card. But they only pay when they keep it under 30%. So they'll wait. They'll watch it for 6 to 8 months. And then they'll offer you a regular card. It's a way to everything. Sometimes it seems like it's going to take forever. Yeah, it does. You know, you're trying to get to a point and it's going to try to take forever. But you know what? The waiting, it kills you, but it's worth the wait. It's worth it. You know, it's truly worth it. You know, I got this lady approved for a $250,000 loan. And I told her, I said, if you wait, if you are patient, you will get more. She said, well, I don't want to wait. So she goes to her realtor. The realtor says, listen, Mr. Kirby's good at what he does. He said, wait 30 days and you can get $400,000. He said, it's already on track. Things are looking good. You know what she does? She didn't want to wait. So by her not waiting, she only got the $250,000, which is fine. $250,000 is fine. But why you could have had $100,000 and something more, or $200,000 more, but you know what? I can't be mad at it, because sometimes when you want something, you want it. You know. So people do things for the strangest reasons. So, but I'm glad she got what she got. You know. But sometimes in life, it's better to wait. It's better to take a deep breath and say, you know what? I'm gonna wait because I know I can do better. I'm gonna wait because maybe there's something else that I want. And maybe there's something else God wants you to have. It's not about what you want, it's about what God wants you to have. You know? So to make a long story short, now the same woman, she wants to move into something else, into something better and bigger. So sometimes it's worth the wait because you might see something else you like, something else more magnificent, more glamorous, and you can do it. It's not hard to have what you want. You have to work for it. You might have to spend a little extra money to get your score to where it's supposed to be. But guess what? In the end, you'll have it. It's all based on interest rates. You can have the home you want, but it's based on interest rates. How far are you willing? How far are you willing to travel? How far are you willing to go? How far are you willing to walk to take that extra step to say, you know what, this is what I want. This is my goal. I've gotten people from. Listen. I've dug people out of the grave. They were at 3 something, and in 4 months they was at 750. But I told them in the beginning, I said, listen, there's things you're gonna need that's gonna cost extra money. This is why I charge a one-time fee, because I already know that you're gonna need tools. You're gonna need extra stuff to get you to where you're going. You know, these so-called companies, they say, oh, well, we have to charge you $99 a month. After you get done paying that $99 a month, you be for a whole year. And you have none of the websites, none of the tools. They're not thinking about that. They're not thinking your best. They're not thinking about your best interests. Because if they were, they would tell you, listen, you need this, 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 and this, and this, and this. And guess what? All that extra money that you would spend with another credit repair company, you have spent in the tools. Now, what's going to get you there faster? The tools or that fee? The tools are better. The tools are going to get you more points month after month after month after month. That's why credit repair is an investment, not a payment. Think hard. What would you rather be doing? Paying for tools or paying for an investment? I mean, paying a fee. The fee is just a fee every month. But hold on 1 second. The crazy thing is, the tools will get you further. I'm gonna give you an example. And you know what? This is the part I love. If you pay for a secure card, right? But you pay a credit repair company $99 a month, right? They might move. They might move a couple items, and then they're gonna work on it. And at the end of the year, you're still at 5 something, between 5 and 6. Okay, this is the problem. Most people that pay $99 a month are still sitting on 500s, a 500 something credit score. This is why when you pay $99 a month, the person is not going to work as hard for you. But when you pay a flat fee, and then the company gives you a guide, a map to your success, and say, hey, you might have to take extra steps, might have to spend a little bit more, but you're going to get to your goal. Now, paying that monthly fee is just digging in your pocket. That's all it is. That's all it is. But when you're paying for a secure card, you're paying for a retail website, you're paying for self-lender, you're paying for all these different tools. These tools are going to give you points month after month after month after month. That's an investment. That's an investment to your future. Because these same tools are going to get you to where you want to get to. Now, if you pay that $99 a month, I got a woman, she was paying $99 a month to Lexington Law Firm. And when she first started with me, her score was 400. I think she said 430. 430 something. I said, what? And I was shocked. I was like really shocked. So she said, I'm willing to come on with you and see what you can do. She said, I heard great things about you, Mr. Kirby. I said, first of all, you have to fire them because I don't want them taking credit for something that I've done. So, make a long story short, she fired him. She said she fired him. She wanted to get on with me. 4 months. Now, remember, her score was at 4 something, 430. In 4 months, her score was at 750. I'm going to tell you how she did it. Tell you how we did it. Number one, she did the master list. Number 2, she did Experian Boost. Experian Boost is going to give you points for your utility bills, cable bill, your cell phone. I told her stay on top of that. I told her what card to use and everything. She listened to every step. There are people that are serious about their credit, and there's people that, like I said, I had a lady call me yesterday, tell me, "Oh, I don't want to do this Experian Boost, and I don't want to do the master list." And I said, you know what? You're throwing away 200 and something points. I said, so you telling me? I said, you know what? I said, you're wasting my time. Because I said, if you don't want to take the extra step to improve your life, I said, this is your life. I said, this is not my life. This is your life, your future. And that's what credit repair is. It's an investment into your future. But a lot of people, they don't want to take the extra step. Why not? Because eventually you're going to want a better car, a better house. You're going to want a business loan. You're going to need business financing. If it's not now, later on, what you going to do in 2021? 2021, you might say, you know what? I want to buy a house. Or I want to buy a new car. Or you know what? My daughter needs a car. My son needs a car. Or you know what? I want to start a business. Credit is going to be everything. This is why we give the master a list. A friend of mine told me, but listen, you should charge for the master list. I don't charge for the master list because I'm here to help you. I could, but I don't. Because I want to help everyone. There's not a soul on earth that I don't want to help. I want to be able to help you get to your goal. I want to help you get that loan, that car, that house, whatever you need. This is why my company helps people. You cannot think that you're going to get to where you're going if you don't have a map. That's like me putting you in a desert and not giving you no map, no water, nothing. You got nothing. No map. Where you gonna go? All you're gonna do is see sand. Most credit repair companies do that. They don't give you nothing. They say, okay, we're gonna take $99 a month out your bank account. I got a friend, and you know what she told me? I can mention her name. Her name is Michelle Henderson. She's in North Carolina. She was paying a company. You know, I'm just gonna say it. She was paying Lexington Law Firm for 2 years. 2 years. $99 a month. Guess what her credit score is now? It's sad. 500. It was 500 when she started. Now I know you're saying this. How was that possible? I mean, that shocked me. So you know what? I said, Michelle, I said, let me take a look at your credit. See what they did. So I'm scaling through it. And I said, wait a minute. They didn't even touch it. Do you realize they didn't touch her credit? I looked through all 3 reports. There was stuff on there that was like 15 years old, which a child could have did a dispute and it would have came off. So I mean, I didn't want to tell her, but I had to, and she was upset. She said she knew something was wrong because she said she'd been paying all this time. And she said every time she calls, they're saying, well, it's going to take a little longer. Oh, my goodness gracious. So what happened was I took her credit on. First day, what I did a 24-hour sweep. And, the sweep came back recently, and they gave her 89 points. And I said, I did that in 3 days. So I said, they couldn't have done nothing, So I told her, I said, if I was you, I'll get your money back. Sometimes you get these big companies that will tell you need credit repair, but they'll charge you $99 a month. And that $99 goes to lunch. Let's say, hey, Bob, it's time for lunch. Well, we got another payment. Oh, I guess that's Red Lobster. So, I mean, stop paying. Stop paying monthly. It's not worth it. If you want somebody to work on your credit and you want them to work hard, let me tell you something. I worked at 2 a.m. in the morning. That's hard. That's hard work. Pay them a one-time fee. Make them work for their fee. Yeah. Because if you pay somebody monthly, they're not going to work as hard. They're just not. It's just, I'm just keeping it real. They're not. Speaking about credit, always check your credit statements, or always check your bank statements, because sometimes they make errors. Sometimes there might be something on there that's not yours. So it's always good to check your bill. That's it's always good to check your bill. Oh man, I'm telling you. Oh, I'm running late. I gotta go. But if you need if you need the master list, or somebody that needs the master list, they can text me 610-470-8992. The master list is free to anybody in the world if you need it. Now, another thing, if you need credit, we have a weekend special. I think the weekend special is $88 for credit repair. Couples $199. Something else. Oh, Also, this weekend, if you have a business, we're doing free advertising for your business. So if you have a business and you want your website or anything, it's going to be free advertising just for this weekend. Right, it's a promotion my company is doing. My website is www.kirbyscreditkingdom.yolasite.com. If you need an LLC or you need a nonprofit certificate, we also have them on our other website, which is www.bigchangesarecoming.yolasite.com. Text me if you can't get the website. You can text me at 610-470-8992. We also do hosting for websites. We have small investments. A 10-day investment for $60. You can make up to $800 on that. It's actually guaranteed. If you don't make a profit, right, will you receive a full refund? Also, let me see here. I never could find what I'm looking for. Oh, if you're looking for a business loan with the SBA, or you need a 680 credit score, we have the website link for that. I'm gonna tell people again, if you're trying to buy a car, it's better to wait till you hit 700. If you're trying to get a car and you don't want to wait, there's a way that you can increase your score faster, by using the master list as well. If you're trying to buy a house, don't be in a rush to buy a house. First, number one, schedule a call with me, and we can go through what you need to do, where your score needs to be, what you need off, and you want a good interest rate. Listen, people, stop rushing to get houses. This is what these banks want. They want the rusher. They want the person that's in a rush. Don't be in a rush. Take your time, because check this out. I want to break something down to you. Why pay $1,000 to $1,500 for a house that you're going to own versus a payment of $400 to $600? Do not rush. Find out what you need. Find out what needs to be off your credit report. You know what I'm saying? Banks will work with you. A lot of banks will work with you. They will work with you. So don't be in a rush. There's things you need now on your credit report before you get that house. Get a secure card. So then when the bank, once the bank looks at your file, they'll see months of you having this card and months of a track record. That's what gets you a house. That's what gets you a house. So they don't look at if you got a trade line. They look at how long you've been paying on something. And this is what people have the concept of buying a house confused. They look at the length of time something was paid. And not just something was paid, but in good condition. So, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, the one thing that won't get you, that if you're trying to get a house, red flags. The red flags have to be off. Oh, I gotta go because I'm running late. But if you have any questions, or if you know somebody needs credit repair, or if you need, or if they need the master list, you can text me 610-470-8992. I work at 2 a.m. I barely sleep. I don't know what's wrong with me. But there's something else. Let me see something. There's something else I wanted to say. Oh, So if you have your own business, or if you're trying to get your own business, um, we also help people get their own business. Like if you want to start your own drop shipping business, a service business, or you just don't know what you want to do. Um, we can sit down with you, or we could schedule a phone appointment, and we can figure out what business would help you, or what type of business you want, and we can show you exactly how to get customers, up to 100 customers a month. Now, it's not hard. No, starting a business is not hard. Sometimes a lot of people say, "Well, I don't have the money." Sometimes you don't have to have a dollar at all. Sometimes you could go in, start something free, and build as you go on. So that's another service we offer. You know, um, so if that's what you're interested in now, we also build you a website to start off with. You know, so it's like different tools we help you with. You know, uh, so I just wanted to put that out there. Also, we still have the IPO available. The IPO, I can't say the name of the IPO because YouTube don't want me to say it on here. So uh, between YouTube and the stock exchange, I got to be careful what I say about an IPO. The IPO is $2 a share. You have to. I think the minimum investment is $250. I can send you the website, Text me at 610-470-8992. Almost made a mistake and said it. Uh, um, it's a good investment if you're trying to save money, or if you have a kid, or if you have something in the future that you want to, have a lot of money in. Um, at $2 a share is a great investment. Um, the company, um, the company has a cell phone app that they invested in, and they have their own platform. They're into a little bit of sports, stuff like that. So they're actually expanding. You'll also get a copy of the newsletter, which is great. Um, they also accept Bitcoin or money orders, stuff like that. You go straight through the company when you start. Now, with this IPO, you get free shares. So for every share you buy, you get a free share. I currently have 6,000 shares. Um, uh, but like I said, you could, the IPO basically, they say they're going public in January. So, you have a lot of time. Let me see. I think that's about it, really. Like I said, we also do couples, right? If you're married or you're dating, or you're engaged and you're thinking about, okay, I want to get my life on track. We got to start with our credit first. We have we have we have couples credit repair packages. Um, we have the couples sweeps, and we also have uh, couples credit repair plus. So, that available. I think that's about it because I'm definitely running late. Um, and that's it. And I want to thank you for listening, and have a great night. Thank you.